Students, we have seen how machine-made products have taken over the handmade products made by skilled artisans. In this lesson, let's see the evolution of machines and how the machines dominated the production of goods and their influences on the societies.
The period between 1500 AD and 1800 AD saw a tremendous growth in the trade activities between Europe, America, Africa and Asia. The trade of textiles also began to expand during this period.
The Europeans began the use of putting out system under which they paid advances to the artisans and the small farmers for the production of textile goods. It was during this time that the incomes from farming were low and the peasants lost their farming and grazing lands. Hence, the textile work helped them in making a livelihood. Let us know more about the putting out system. According to the putting out system, the cloth traders from Britain bought the cotton from the suppliers and carried it to the next level, that is the spinners. The cloth was then taken to the fullers and then passed on to the dyers who gave it color. The finishing work was carried out in London before selling in other countries. Thus, the textiles were produced by different people who were controlled by the traders. Students, did you observe that there were no system of factory? Instead, the various stages of production were carried in different parts of the country instead of a factory. The traders engaged around 20 to 25 craft persons at each stage of the production. Sometimes the traders brought together the craft persons under one roof to carry out the work. Small workshops were set up which were called manufactories, where the craftsmen brought their own tools and made use of the raw materials given to them by the traders. The traders then sold the produce in the markets.
This gradually led to the increased control of the traders over the craftspersons. This phase came to be known as the proto-industrialization, during which increasing number of people adopted craft production and the traders increased the control over the craftspersons, and a large market for craft produce established around the world.
Students, we use so many machines in our day-to-day lives, isn't it? But have you ever wondered how the machines came into existence and from where these machines came? Now, let us have a look.
The period between 1750 and 1850 saw the beginnings of the Industrial Revolution, which also witnessed many changes. The machines and steam power were beginning to be used for the production and movement of goods and for the movement of people to different places. This period can be termed as the beginning of machine age in Britain.
It was during this time that several people migrated to towns and cities from villages in search of work. At the same time, the demand for cloth increased tremendously, and then began the quest for ways to increase the production to meet the demands. Then sprang the thought of machines that can spin faster and produce more cloth at lower prices, while the cloths made on the looms were expensive. The traders also believed that more cloth can be sold and more money can be earned.
The pressure from the demands of trade enabled people to make machines. This resulted in the invention of a machine that could spin yarns of cloth in a very little time.
The heavy weight of the machines and the manual labor of the artisans to run it became the drawback of the machines. The artisans then wondered if the machines could run by themselves. The invention by James Watt then came as an answer.